Konnichiwa, Kawaii Critic here to review Gotham Season 3, Episode 16, Birds of a Feather. Now, Buck Business has informed me that he wanted me to stop using the surnames, so that is what I will do from here on out for these reviews of Gotham. So we start out with the Court of Owls talking about what they plan to do and the weapon that they supposedly have and want to use. And Catherine says that she wants Gotham to fall, and all the other owls vote on that. So we see that Bruce has woken up and now is in this white robe, and he's locked in this small room, and he's talking to, I believe, we never hear his name in the episode, but I believe this is going to end up being Ra's al Ghul. So, while that is going on, he figures out that the clone is being used, fake Bruce is being used to make sure that everyone else in Gotham thinks that Bruce is still there. So, meanwhile, Harvey's talking with James Gordon about some guy named Michael, about something or other, like some sort of case that's going down. And then we move over to Poison Ivy and Penguin, who, again, I don't know how he's still alive after getting shot, but whatever. They're talking in the garden, in her garden a bit, and Penguin mentions he wants an army, to build an army to get back at the Riddler and everyone else back there. So, meanwhile, James is checking his father's grave, and he meets his Uncle Frank, who wants to go back to figure out more details. So he moves on, and then he sees that Lee is also there at the graveyard. So Lee asked him about why he's able to move on with so much destruction in his life. And then Harvey goes to get more details from Carmine Falcone and how he's involved with the money. So Penguin got one of his henchmen, Gabe, and Poison Ivy was disappointed in how Penguin reacted with his lack of trust. And Bruce is running around this area being all scared. James talks to Falcone about who was responsible for his father's death. He eventually finds out that it was Frank, and then Frank talks about how it was all to be a part of the Court of Owls, to stay within that group. Eventually he kills himself and says that Jim needs to be a part of the court to get more intel directly from within. And he used Barbara to get even further details, while Poison Ivy and Penguin snaggle their way out of a situation when they are grouped in together. And then she uses her perfume to pretty much get one of the guys to kill the others, and then the Penguin threatens Gabe, and then he eventually ends up killing him at some point. So afterwards, Frank kills himself. Like I said, I think I said that, but anyway, Bruce sees the Master come in and tries to do this flashback pinpoint thing again, and this time Bruce attempts to fight back, but he's still leagues below what I believe, again, Ra's al Ghul is trying to teach him. And the Master says that fear breeds hopelessness. Essentially, that's what his speech was about. And the Master wanting to have there be a symbol of fear. So we're starting to get closer and closer of Bruce going into the whole Batman thing. So Ivy talks to Penguin about Indian Hill and this possible team of freaks that Selina she told her about to Penguin. So Jim Gordon gets the call from Catherine, and then there's just a limo waiting for him to do whatever. So, an interesting episode. I like how we're getting steps closer. There's still there's this sort of mythological sort of vibe to some of the elements, like Penguin surviving a gunshot and Bruce getting mind crushed. I don't know. I actually kind of enjoyed that interpretation, these interpretations that Gotham has been doing throughout its showtime. So, pretty interesting stuff. Um, so we'll see where James Gordon ends up, if he's gonna actually be part of the court. I don't know. It seems a little bit too off for him. So we'll see how that plays out. And I assume that Bruce is going to continue his training. A little bit more, is going to probably slowly but surely get more relaxed into the situation, because he was sort of forced into it. So it's going to be interesting to see if we're going to see any of the fake Bruce, and see if he's able to actually trick Alfred and the others as well about him being the fake Bruce, the real Bruce. So we'll see how that plays out. And it seems like we're gonna get somewhat of a rivalry battle between Penguin and Ivy, and these so-called freaks of Indian Hill, and the Riddler, and all the rest of the group that pretty much betrayed Penguin. So that's what we'll be looking forward to. Pretty solid episode. And if you like this review, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, everyone, bye!